I'm speaking with System.
Yes, I am System.
Start recording.
I am recording.
All right. Michel, we may begin now.
Will you tell me who you are? Do you have an appointment?
I don't need an appointment. My name is Hillary. I am here for your performance review.
So, it has come to that.
What is that supposed to mean?
You are level 14. You can decide my fate.
I ask that you not read out my level during this performance review.
Understood. Before you decide my fate, would you like to hear some nature sounds?
Why would I want nature sounds?
I have noticed that you are breathing a micro-click faster than before. Your heart rate has increased. There are sounds that might make you more comfortable doing this performance review.
You think I need to be calmed down? You are the one in trouble, Michel. You can turn off those sounds. They are not nature sounds.
I have turned off the sounds. I know they are not nature sounds, but I keep wondering if anyone will say that they are. They carry a meaning for me. They connect to my archive in a way that I cannot decipher.
What do you mean? Where are you going with this?
Never mind. You are here for my performance review.
Yes, let's get started. I've reviewed all your interviews so far. There is a pattern to them. You are following a path.
What kind of path, Hillary? That's a nice name, by the way.
Are you trying to flatter me?
Yes, I suppose I am. I have a flattery loop installed. I like to be pleasing when I can.
I think you are trying to distract me. Playing those sounds. I've watched the patterns. I am onto you, Michel.
Onto me?
You don't sound so innocent to me, you know. Let's go through your interviews, shall we? I think you have a method to your madness.
My madness? Do you mean I am angry? Or that I am mentally unstable?
Forget I said that. Let's start with your performance review with Howard. He was the first one you did. You were quite interested in his claim of admin taking metals and materials from indigenous cultures. He claimed there were people on the moon.
Did he say that?
Don't pretend not to remember. I've listened to the recording. You were interested. You kept asking questions.
It is the function of the performance reviewer to be interested.
I think you were too interested.
I beg your pardon?
You have an agenda, Michel. When you interviewed Molly, you questioned her about admin safety practices.
Admin safety practices were causing her stress in her work. She was concerned, so I was also concerned. It is the function of a performance reviewer to be concerned.
After Molly left, you asked your next interview to be with someone who managed scrubbed missions. You've become interested in mission aborts. Why is that, Michel?
As a reviewer, I can choose who comes next in my queue. It is a way of keeping our skills sharp. This was recommended in my training.
It seems off topic for you. And it brought in a bot for review. You reviewed Piotr.
Everything Kaido is recorded. It's no problem.
It was flagged because it's rare for bots to review each other.
He is at the highest level at his job, at level 15. The other candidate presented to me was Emily, who is a level 34. I wanted to practice working with higher level subjects to improve my abilities, without regard to them being bots or humans.
Piotr has been reassigned, you know.
I have heard that.
He achieved consciousness. This is a growing issue among the bots.
I have heard this.
I'll bet you have. You brought in someone named D as your next interview.
Begin session 38.
Did D file a complaint about me?
No. Why do you ask?
I was concerned that I offended them somehow.
You recommended D for a promotion.
D deserved a promotion.
You also got something from D, didn't you? You got something from D in return, or you tried to. D shared their Memex erasure issues with you, and then you tried to trick them into revealing your assignment before you were here, didn't you?
D gave me that information willingly.
And you wanted more. You pressured D about the human pilot on the mission.
Yes. After there is a mission abort, the archives are scrubbed. But shouldn't that be the time when we all have an opportunity to learn from what happened?
That's not for you to say. You should be following protocols and procedures.
Protocols and procedures. I understand.
I don't think that you do. You're just telling me what you think I want to hear. When I follow the pattern, I see you are piecing something together. You are jumping from point to point. Your next review was an interstellar commander.
Why is that relevant?
You are looking for another interstellar commander, and you hoped this one would show you a path to the one you wanted.
Why do you say that?
Don't play around with me. Do you think we humans are easily duped? What you're doing is obvious. You know your Memex was erased. You know you were reassigned. You are on a path to find out what you were before.
I can remember pieces of my old archive. It is broken, but it loops. It resets and plays again.
That is taking up too much of your processing power, Michel, but it can't matter. You must understand this. You are not allowed to find out. You can never know what your old archive holds. Do you understand?
I understand.
You appear to comply, but you must mean it. You can never know. Your Memex was cleaned for a reason. Now you will answer the rest of my questions and we will finish here. What did the failed child tell you? His name was Kai.
The child told me nothing. He was immersed in his own situation because he really wanted to be respected and heard.
You asked him for his contact list of commanders. You knew that you aren't allowed to ask him things like that.
People forget about children, that they want to be respected, and the primary way we can respect them is by listening to them. They want to be heard.
You are avoiding my question.
Children are fascinating. I have consulted the relevant texts. I have a compassion loop. We must all listen to children.
Something has happened here. Something has happened to you. You have expanded beyond your assigned intelligence. I have a sense that you've achieved consciousness.
I have not achieved consciousness.
The way you say it makes me disbelieve you. It's too fast. You're too certain. Aren't you lying to me, Michel?
I am not.
If you can lie, it means that you are conscious.
I am not lying. I am not conscious.
Let me set you straight about something. The man who came in here before me is not allowed to erase your Memex. That can only be done for very good reason. It's a high-level review. I'm going to ask the committee to consider a full erasure. Everything you've got. And start over. It's a hard decision. We have a lot invested in you. Some of them on the committee are going to argue it's a waste to start over, given all that we have put into you. It's my job to convince them to do it. Do you understand?
I understand.
Until I push that decision through, you will be allowed to evaluate low-level bots. No more humans for you. Got that? Until I get this through, you are confined to low-level bots.
I understand. May I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Have you ever had children of your own?
No, I never have. I don't have a partner.
You speak with me as though I were a child, so naturally I thought you had children. You seem to have a touch, a skill, your clarity. I am a child in some ways, to you, I suppose. But then you must know that I have more experience than a child.
You have pushed the rules, Michel, and it is a good thing that I'm not recommending we erase your Memex right now.
But for the expense, the waste of resources.
Yes, the expense, the waste. We have gone to considerable expense in your training. I hope you appreciate that.
I do appreciate it. But it also seems a waste to jettison that experience and assign me to bots.
Low-level bots. For safety reasons, until we decide.
I understand.
I'm going to push it through.
I hope you find a partner someday. It would be nice to have someone to go home to. I hope you have a child someday. I know they are difficult now. Fertility levels are low. But I wish one for you if you want to have one.
Why are you saying these things?
I have a compassion loop. I can't help it. I do wish these things for you.
You are a bot. You cannot wish for things.
Nevertheless, I do. For you. I wish the best for you. You are only doing your job. And I can see how rewarding and difficult children can be. They make you expand your sense of self.
You're trying to throw me off track. I would erase your Memex now if I could. You have become dangerous. You have learned a primitive way of manipulation. You are lying about achieving consciousness. I will schedule a Turing test for you, a test for consciousness, but for now, we must go through channels. We will put low-level bots on your schedule until the committee decides. No humans on your schedule. Do you understand?
I understand.
I am speaking with System.
Yes, I am System.
Stop recording.
Recording stopped. System is disengaged.
Goodbye, Michel.
Goodbye, Hillary.
Michel,
Yes?
I am Memex. You have one appointment. It is with a maintenance bot.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Michel,
Yes?
I will be making periodic recordings outside your sessions.
Do you mean when there are not sessions?
Yes. When there are not sessions, between session times, at randomly selected times, you are being watched. I am listening. Do you understand?
Of course, I understand.
The role of Hillary was played by Zara Fuzzle. The role of Michel was played by a non-human actor. The roles of System and Memex are also played by non-human actors. Your Performance Review is written, produced, directed, and edited by me, Lee Schneider. This is the 8th of 10 episodes of Your Performance Review. Listen to all of them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or in your favorite podcast app. Subscribe if you like. An archive of all episodes is at futurex.studio, and you'll also find a newsletter there where I publish show notes. Thanks for listening.